Match comptant pour les quarts de finale du tournoi messieurs.
Good afternoon and welcome back
2025.
to the Philippe Chatrier Arena here in Paris. Two fine matches to begin, but our attention now turns firmly to the men's side of things. And here is Francis Tiafoe playing in his very first Roland-Garros quarter-final. He didn't enjoy himself here in the early days. Wins were hard to come by, but
Premier jour rentré sur le court et 16e mondial. Deux fois demi-finaliste à l'US Open. Il est américain, Francis Tiafoe.
He's won all 12 sets that he has played so far here in Paris. A perfect scorecard through the opening 9 days.
Au meilleur classement de sa carrière, 7e mondial, médaillé de bronze aux Jeux Olympiques de Paris l'an passé, l'Italien Lorenzo Musetti.
Not too many players in recent times have won as many matches on the European clay as Lorenzo Musetti has. He has been such a tough out over the last 6 weeks. He has propelled himself into the world's top 10. Currently sitting at a career high number 7. Nick Lester and Rob Koning here with you.
Et dans le cadre entrée de rêve, la Fédération française de tennis soutenue par
Good afternoon, everybody. Hand me the rock. I am ready to roll today. Two fascinating matches, and in Musetti and Tiafoe, we have two players who have proper skills. There is not much that they can't do. Sublime feel. They both defend well. They can attack intelligently. They don't have the kind of game that can blow you off the court. And I think that's what makes this matchup so fascinating today. Whose tennis intelligence is going to win the day?
Ciao, how are you? We do picture with the kids after the toss, as you know. Okay. Hey Francis, we do picture with the kids after the toss. Same condition, just a few reminders. As you know, we have the surfer on court, one on the screen, and also here at the banner, 25 on the moment, and also score. Homework inspection, as you know, please make sure you stop immediately and also say something, please. I might have my eyes on the mark. Towels, orange box, and you take the gray box, okay? Any questions? No questions? Okay. Francis, it's number 10 or stadium? Stadium is called. Okay, you can toss it. Stadium. Yeah. It is stadium. You choose. You receive. You stay. Picture, please, facing this way.
Et le beau souvenir pour Elise et Nelson.
Yeah, what a good one we have first up here. And of course, Francis Tiafoe, half of a US duo here in the last 8. The first time that has happened since 1996. Of course, that year it was Andre Agassi and Pete Sampras who, wearing the stars and stripes, made it to the quarterfinals. Of course, Tommy Paul will be in action later on. As we said, took a long while for him to establish himself here in Paris, didn't it? And those early defeats, in fact, the first 6 visits here, he actually lost in the first round, remarkably, but that's all in the past. And he seems to have got his mojo back, does Francis Tiafoe, because as you were sort of pointing out to me earlier, Rob, he's faced some pretty stiff opposition here through the opening 4 rounds.
Yeah, he certainly has. You have a look at Safulin, we know he can play well. PCB, Pablo Carreño Puesto, always tough on a clay court, even though he's not the player that he once was. But the surface, it's a good win. Sebi Korda, again, it's never easy playing your fellow countryman, and Korda's got plenty of skills. And then to beat Daniel Altmaier, who has shown some good grit on the clay. You could argue it's a decent 4th round match, but Altmaier beat some pretty good players to get to round 4. So the fact that he hasn't lost a set either against any of those players tells us how focused he is.
What's he been doing well in particular?
Serving and coming forward. He said that one of his mantras was to come forward so much because wasn't sure he was going to do particularly well on the clay, so he realizes the grass court season is just around the corner, so he plays well on the grass, so he had one eye on that, and he's been blown away how effective his foray forwards have been, Nick.
And you suspect he'll employ a fair bit of that today against the number 8 seed here this week, who, as we referenced, has had 18 clay court wins already this year. That's tied with Sasha Zverev for the second most, only behind Carlos Alcaraz with 19. Cerundolo also had 19. Of course, he surprisingly lost early, but there has been a significant uptick from Musetti's perspective. Of course, worth remembering he had some injuries at the start of the year, but what have you seen over the last 8 weeks that's enabled him to be as consistent as he has been?
Well, it's just all round. It's all round solidness. Hanfman was dealt with comfortably. Same with Galland. You could have easily lost the set to one of those two guys. Mariano Navone is a tough out on a clay court, and after a slow start, he started really poorly. It was pedal to the metal. And Holger Rune just out-efforted him. Because he'd never beaten Rune before. It was a good win. Simone Tartarini has been his coach since he was 8 years of age. Considers him his second father. Of all the shots that Lorenzo hits, he loves his lob the most. So we'll keep an eye on that today. His defense against Rune was otherworldly. His defensive lob is a joke.
Second major quarterfinal for Musetti. The first came last summer. You'll remember, as we look at the time spent on court so far. It's a relatively warm day, which you'd think would speed up conditions somewhat. Would that potentially play into Francis's hands if he can produce the sort of tennis we know he can?
I think so. I think it'll play more like a hard court. It'll play faster. Certainly on the movement, that's where Musetti will have the advantage, no doubt. He's grown up on the stuff. It's Musetti's favoured surface. Of course, they have played a couple of times. And I remember in Cincinnati when they played last year at that event, it was the best match I had seen Francis play since the loss he suffered to Shelton with the telephone put down at the US Open, probably about 7 or 8 months prior. He didn't put a foot wrong. And of course, we know what happened that week. He went on to make the finals in Cincinnati, did Tiafoe. And the boy was back.
Yeah, that was a really nice spur, wasn't it, for that run in New York? As Robbie mentioned, there it is. Their only meeting on clay was in grossly different conditions to the one we have today in Rome 2 years ago. It was a very wet week there. They actually came off for rain at times. It was heavy, so could hardly be more different, really, that particular meeting on the clay than this one here this afternoon. First time this week that Tiafoe gets a feel for Philippe Chatrier. Musetti's put a couple of matches on here already.
Première manche. Au service, Lorenzo Musetti.
The last 8 action here in Paris will be kicked off by Lorenzo Musetti.
Can't say more.
They had very different lead-ins, these two. Tiafoe, over the last month, didn't register too many victories. In fact, he lost his opening match in Rome. He won 1 match in Hamburg, only a couple in Madrid. really, there was not much to suggest over the last month that he had this sort of run in him. He's proved a few people wrong.
I love it. One of my favourite patterns of play.
15-30.
You know, we've seen in Sasha Bublik somebody who's a disruptor who plays a little differently. It's so uncomfortable when you're up against somebody who's in your grill, somebody who can serve well. Something Francis has been doing well this week. Been doing very well. Someone who can come in, doesn't give you much rhythm, who can finish at the net. They've both got good variety. The backhand slice battle will be an interesting one, Nick. I think Tiafoe's got one of the better backhand slices for a guy who's a double-hander. That is the Italian's signature shot. If you've done your homework, you will know that he loves that backhand down the line. So we finished off the match against Rune. The pattern of play almost identical to the one you've just seen.
Jeu, Musetti. Premier jeu.
Very pleased with Simone Tartarini a couple of nights ago with the way his charge performed, mentally as well. Sets 3 and 4 were outstanding.
Always like to have a look at the tail of the tape, and you can see the service numbers are better for Tiafoe. That's going to be a key ingredient for him, but pretty much everywhere else, it's Musetti who's got the edge on the American. And the movement department, as well as Tiafoe moves on a clay court, that belongs to Musetti, the advantage. There's not a whole lot in it with the backhand, a couple of percentage points for Musetti. I think conditions very important for Tiafoe's chances today.
Do you expect Musetti to try and counter it with a little bit more shape, Rob, on the ball, in terms of just trying to force the American a little deeper in the court?
I think he does that naturally. I don't think he has to change too much, Nick. He plays with wonderful shape. We've done a fair few of his matches of late together. Definitely a little bit of breeze out there as well. It's one of my favorite things about Lorenzo's game. He's always changing the contact point for his opponent. He can hit the high, heavy forehand. You know, he can hit 4 or 5 different zones, height zones on the forehand. Then he's got that knifing backhand slice. It's an ankle biter. Very nicely done. And already we've got a glimpse of the defensive capabilities from Musetti.
At times he drove Holger Rune potty with his ability to defend. With that particular shot, resetting the point consistently.
made a first service, Tiafoe.
He's broken 4 times this week, and 3 of those were by Daniel Altmaier in the last 16.
Signed at the beginning of the year with his new clothing sponsor, Lululemon, Francis, all geared up.
One of the flattest backhands in the men's game is Tiafoe's. Net clearance is minimal. Certainly challenge that contact point, and as you say, he has the slice as well to deal with it, doesn't he? Which is an important component.
Tiafoe needs a first serve. He's had 6 tries in this game and hasn't made one.
Avantage, Musetti.
The impact of the wind as well, you sense right now, the American. That is a rather tepid start as far as Francis Tiafoe goes.
Musetti mène 2-0, 1-0.
I love the messaging that you'll get from Simone during a match. So often we'll just call Lorenzo by his name, Lore, and then he'll say what he wants to say. Normally just one sentence, one message. He's pretty calm in the box.
Kansas City.
When you've known someone since they were 8 years of age, you'd imagine that they know exactly what to say, when to say it.
Too true, Nick. Spoke about the fact as well that
30-0.
I knew him as a kid, really. He's watched him become a teenager, now a young man. Next step was fatherhood. Lorenzo just announcing the other day with his partner Veronica that child number 2 is on the way.
35.
From a famous area in Italy, as Musetti and his family. Carrara in Italy. And if you're familiar with that name, that's because, Nick?
Famous for its marble, of course.
Yeah.
The quarries in that part of Italy. His father was in that industry, wasn't he?
Yep. Yeah, some of the most famous and sought-after marble in the world comes from Carrara. The famous white with the grey veins.
Yeah, and the great Pietrangeli Stadium at the Foro Italico, of course, is made from that, isn't it? The seating is largely from Carrara.
And, of course, all of Michelangelo's most famous sculptures, the David, as well as the Pieta that sits in St. Peter's Basilica, all made from Carrara marble. So it goes way back to the very best of them.
Musetti.
Well, the Italian is in command early on here. He's secured the opening 3 games of the first of the quarterfinals.
He plays with the grace and style of an Italian architect, does Lorenzo. Fitting, perhaps, that he comes from Carrara. See the little adjustment he's had to make there in the wind. That's why it's so important to get prepared early, and you saw that beautifully from that slow motion replay. He was ready, and if he had to make that fine tuning, he was all over it. Quick to adapt.
Reprise. Merci. Ferme la porte, s'il vous plaît.
With today, we'll see Francis return to the world's top 10.
Zero Kent.
Struggling at the moment. Find his groove. Any adjustment made for playing on this court for the first time? In terms of the surroundings, obviously we know it's a bit windy.
Yeah, sometimes your depth perception does get affected, but Francis has played on enough big courts.
Kenza.
Well, the ball's not exactly melting into Tiafoe strings at the moment.
That's the 8th unforced error already. The 27-year-old.
This is more like it. I know he's actually missed that. I think he's made that. Initially, I thought he might have dragged that wide.
30.
It's worth a second look.
40-30.
Such an important hole, this, if he can get it. Because the set is pretty much done and dusted if he goes down a double break.
Be alert because again Musetti was being a nuisance, just scrambling impressively.
Musetti main, 3-5.
The last minute, Tiafoe is having to make that adjustment. The ball's just drifted on him, but finally on the scoreboard. Good first serve in that game at the tail end of it, setting him up nicely. That surely will help settle the nerves, Nick. Tough conditions, tough opponents, big match.
Yeah, I suppose twin brother Franklin in his box today. Of course, Franklin's been here. He's now part of the coaching setup for Haley Baptiste. Is Franklin. So he'll be around on the tour a little bit more as well. Good run from Baptiste here, the last 16. Both, of course, grew up in the same city.
You like twins, don't you?
Oh, I do now. Don't have a choice in it. It's costing me a fortune, Rob.
Yeah. A co-commentator with two gorgeous girls. Here's a third girl as well.
Yeah. Exactly.
The twins are a pair of girls.
Yeah. Yeah, not really settled into this one so far. The radar is a little off and his game hasn't been firing in these opening 20 minutes or so.
I do think when conditions are blustery like they are today, you've got to just lower the expectations somewhat. You have to understand that sometimes just any ball in play is good because the wind can affect it so much, which makes it difficult to hit. And lower the expectations because the ball striking is not going to be the same. It's tougher to time it cleanly. And you've got to accept that you're going to make some unforced errors. You are going to miss the odd easy shot. So, you know, that will affect your psyche. And if you can prepare yourself for that before you step out on the court, well, when you have the adversity in the match, you'll be prepared to deal with it in the right way.
Since an American beat a top 10 player here at Roland-Garros. make the most of that. I know you like your trivia. So who was the last American to be the top 10 player in Bobby Cohn?
Agassi.
Incorrect. One more guess. Ball's come out of his pocket here. He was actually two-handed on both sides.
Replay the point.
I know who it is.
Okay.
That's an easy.
0-15.
Just giving me a layup with the trampoline there, Nick. Jan Michael Gamble. Shout out to JM.
It was back in 2000.
That's more like it. What a difference a first serve makes. Who did he beat that there?
Ganza.
You said that. Got that up here, right in front of me. It was Nicholas Kiefer, actually.
Wow.
He was 8 in the world at the time. And in the next round, he lost to a certain Roger Federer, who was ranked 54 in the world back in 2000.
Much more purpose in those two shots.
Once again.
It's very meticulous here. And you have to be in the wind. It's more like it from Francis. This is more like it, getting into a couple of rallies.
First serve's beginning to operate as well as he would have liked it. Oh, yes. Such a good job there. Wrestling that up the line.
On a laundry line, that backhand. Not deviate on its path.
Quality. And hopefully from his point of view, it'll be a lift he needs.
Musetti mène 4 jeux à 2.
That is top tier stuff. That's more like it. That's what we've been accustomed to seeing this week. Got a nice shot there of his good friend Geordie, our Canada. He's been with them each and every step along the way. Coaches might have come and gone, but Geordie's always been there for Francis. It's David Witt, the man who's steering the ship now.
Cancel.
He was with just Pegula for so many years. That is the first point that Musetti has won behind his second serve. He's been much smarter with his first serve than Tiafoe, understanding the windy conditions. Hasn't been going as close to the lines. That's why he's had a very healthy first serve percentage, sitting right around 80% of first serves in for the Italian.
Point against.
Really getting his teeth stuck into this set.
Toronto.
What a devastating change of direction. It is such an effective two-hander, isn't it?
30-40.
You can't see it coming, Nick. Such a short swing. So well disguised. Standing in for the second serve is Tiafoe.
Breathtaking. How has he hit the slice up the line from there?
Oh, that is out of order.
40.
The skill is off the charts. I tell you, Houdini would have been jealous of Musetti in that point. He got out of jail on a number of occasions there.
That's what separates him from a lot of single-handers, isn't it? His ability to utilize that slice. He has the ability to use that as a weapon.
Forehand's a proper weapon, isn't it, Nick? I think because it's so smooth and the power is so easy, a lot of people might be misled as to how hard it is.
No mistaking it. Just how well he's used it on that occasion, though. First test is passed impressively by the number 8 seed. All-court player, isn't he?
He really is. I mean, who would have thought that his first semi-final at a major would come on grass at Wimbledon? I'm sure if you told him that, he would have been surprised. But there's another great example of him sneaking in. He does that well. He's done that in his previous matches so intelligently against Rune and Navone. doesn't panic when he gets in there. He's not trying to hit that volley as hard as he can. You know, all good volleyers, Nick, they take pace off the ball. That's the tougher thing to do. Just it's depth control. Is the depth pushing the ball deep towards the baseline? Or is it a little drop shot? In other words, the lack of depth.
Reprise.
Just won the Olympic bronze medal with Lorenzo Musetti on this court
Merci.
last summer. A win over Felix Auger-Aliassime.
Beat Zverev along the way.
Zero games.
This kind of shot reminds me so much of Roger Federer. It's a little flick here, a little flick there. As Musetti has spoken about his admiration for Federer. And I see a lot of Roger in his game. The variation, the big forehand. Similar demeanor, doesn't get too emotional out there on the court, does Lorenzo. Great all-court skills.
Yeah, he's matured a lot, hasn't he?
Yep.
In the last couple of years.
Just a poorer man's version of Roger. I guess the biggest difference is that he plays a lot deeper in the court than what Federer did.
Gains at home.
Yeah, so far in his career, yet to really make it happen in a hard court major. Fascinating to see if he can change that record. Drop shot was nowhere near good enough. Musetti had it covered.
15-40.
He's the only player to make it to the semi-finals or better this season at the 3 Masters 1000s on clay. We know about the consistency on this surface, Nick.
It's a long way off for the most part. So was the Americans' level throughout the course of the opening set. A set that is secured with something to spare. 6-2, Musetti in front.
Had a chance to get back into it there. 4-2 game if he breaks to get it back to 4-3. He's right in the mix. Incredible defense again from Lorenzo, saving the day. There's his tennis intelligence. He knows he's playing in the wind. He's just going to hit that backhand passing shot right up the middle and ask the question of Tiafoe, who didn't have the answer. Stay focused. A message from Musetti's coach. Serving numbers, Tiafoe, it's his first 6 serves, if memory serves. Both guys struggling behind their second serves, but on the break points, Lorenzo made it happen. And in this sport, you play the big points well, you got a very good chance of coming out on top. Tiafoe got a little unlucky on the one and only break point that he had, it must be said, but defensive skills once again of the Italian, sublime. Well, Nick, we're not wasting any time with watering the court given the conditions today. Being hot and being windy, it means the court's going to dry out very quickly. So just a gentle soaking. Won't last very long. The moisture, that is.
Yeah, weather's set to take a turn for the worse, isn't it? Over the next couple of days.
Well, it's always better when that happens later on in the tournament, isn't it? Because you just pop the roof closed on both here and at Susanna Longman. You can have play that is uninterrupted. This has become the norm now at the majors. Wasn't always the case. Australian Open back in 1988. Getting a roof on there very quickly when they rebuilt Melbourne Park. Of course, they've got 3 covered roofs.
Reprise.
The first major of the year.
Yep.
But now with the oversized television deals that make these events so important, you've
Deuxième
got to
manche.
invest so that you have a
Au
constant
service,
play.
Musetti.
All the majors have invested heavily in their infrastructure. 4 of the biggest annual sporting events that we have on the calendar, Nick, in any sport.
Yeah, certainly feels
15-0.
something of an arms race almost. That's probably the wrong way of putting it, but there definitely is that inner competition, isn't there,
Yeah.
among them? Look after the players. Spread the court so well with his backhand, Musetti.
But then the moment he was pulled wide, he goes deep up the middle, right? Just great tennis IQ.
Reprise.
It's quality. And he'll snap that one away.
30-15. Je, Musetti.
Because during a lot of the clay court season, he was kicking the first serve in down there, but this tournament feels to me like he's actually gone with the fast ball a little more often. Let's see, was the opening game for him.
Thanks well. You serve and return well, you're going to be in business. And I tell you what, speaking of returns, this guy has been the best of the remaining round of 16 players. And in the quarterfinals, he's also the top dog. His return quality, a very healthy 8.1. And I can tell you, he's made over 90% of all returns in play. I mean, that's incredible, especially off the first delivery. And to put that into perspective, Nick,
15-0.
that's about 20% higher than the average for the draw. That is top class.
What do you put that down to? What skills does he have that I mean, is he going for bigger targets? Has he just got better ability to read the serve? What is it?
30-0.
I just think his ability, he loves that return deep up the middle. So that, you know, it's tennis intelligence. He's got a great chip return as well off both the forehand and the backhand. When he's stretching, especially on the forehand, the backhand, the feel is there, given the slice. You know, Galan and Navone aren't the biggest servers, so that is certainly going to help his numbers. But at the end of the day, you still got to get it in. You don't want to make the mistake of overplaying, because you're getting some good looks at the serve.
40-0.
Step me down there. Yeah, you're making 90% of the first serves back in play. And, you know, that's a little bit of his game style. He's so good at getting the ball back in play and then working his way into the points. Improving his position incrementally with each and every shot. And he's a maestro at that. Oh, it's an oil painting of a backhand.
40-30. Tiafoe.
Well, that game bucked the trend, didn't it? It's Jill Smoller on the back left there. You may remember her. She was Serena Williams' agent for much of her career. Wherever Serena went, Jill went, didn't she? Pretty much.
I want to say Jill might have even been involved in Pete Sampras's career in the early days.
Picked them well, didn't she? He's got a pretty high profile already, but do you feel if he ever won a major, given his backstory, there would be liftoff for him, wouldn't there?
Humble beginnings, there's Francis.
To fire here.
0-30.
Last time he's had the door open on Musetti serve.
Caught that forehand nice and early. The ball was still rising and hadn't quite reached the apex of the bounce. He was all over it.
Net premier service.
Of course, their journey to the States actually started when his mum won a green card. She was in Sierra Leone. The family were from there. His mum won a green card to get to the States. Dad then joined. Extraordinary story. Suddenly they had a new life in America.
out of jail again as Musetti.
Shouldn't have done, should he, either?
15-30.
I mean, he's just made a calculated guess. Changed the whole dynamic of the point. One poor volley from Tiafoe. I mean, that's the difference between being love 40 and 15-30. It's huge psychological advantage to have.
Against 40.
Doesn't throw in many of those. First of the match.
Once again,
30-40.
defensive skills of Lorenzo.
He could easily have coughed something short up there, couldn't he?
I know, or could have just sailed long. At perfect length to within a foot of the baseline.
He's got him. Patience required. And the smile says it all, doesn't it? Tiafoe maybe has swung the pendulum his way at the start of the second.
Tiafoe mène 2-1.
Got to stay switched on, haven't you?
Certainly have. And I felt coolly he played some of those shots, didn't overplay. He's laughing at this guy's ability to just get the ball back in play and get it back meaningfully. Is his brother and girlfriend there? That was a great smash, but comes back. This one he didn't try and overplay, just set himself up again. And then finally getting a short one. Then the smile. Of course, it was at the JTCC, the Junior Tennis Champions Center in College Park in Maryland, where Francis grew up playing tennis, where his dad worked. Yeah, that's licked the line, that form.
0-15.
Francis was about 5 when he started training there. Still has a close connection with the JTCC.
Zéro 30.
I mean, it drives you nuts as a player when your opponent is able to just pull those kind of defensive shots off time and time again.
15-30.
Yeah, once or twice you might think, oh, they're a little lucky, but no, it's definitely not the case for Musetti. It's just wonderful feel.
Well, felt like he overcomplicated that. Was he there in time to hit it?
I agree, Nick.
30.
Seems like he's got plenty of time here just to hoik up a lob an inch from the line. Maybe it was a little low, actually, when we see it from that angle.
Yeah.
Difficult to get underneath it.
Didn't have the Hollywood ending he planned, that's for sure. Tiafoe's reaction at the end of that point is to put his hands up and say, I don't quite know what I've got to do here.
But that's got to have been a conversation they had before this match, where David and Geordie would say to him, listen, this is going to happen when you play this guy. Be prepared for it and be prepared to accept that he's going to pull off some hallelujah pickups.
Perfect drop shot. That time it was a little softer, and he was there waiting.
So important that he takes up the position that he did, Nick. Like a good squash player who dominates the tee. You don't want this shot of Musetti's to bounce at all. Take time away from him. So before he can recover, the ball's by him.
Avantage Musetti.
A little too casual for my liking there from Francis. A big point there. He's up a break, wants to maintain the momentum. I'm not sure he's been disciplined enough with the feet.
Égalité.
Go-to serve for Tiafoe. That one out wide on the juice. He's hit it about 70% of the time, and Musetti was waiting for it. Well, Alexander Bublik utilised that shot about as well as I've seen anyone do it over the fortnight yesterday. Tiafoe beginning to channel a little bit of it here.
He's got such good feel. And certainly when you're playing that shot into the wind, it's going to help the ball die.
Avantage Tiafoe.
Really has been a cornerstone of this game
Tiafoe.
up until the start of this match, Nick, hasn't it?
Yeah.
He's serving really well.
And interesting, from the moment you talked about the volume of returns he's made, Tiafoe's actually upped his serve, hasn't he?
Yep,
He's got more free points.
He's upped that first serve percentage substantially on the opening set. It was 52% first serves made in set number 1.
Merci.
20% now to 72.
Again, 0.
Such a natural mover on the surfaces. Anticipation. Just floats around the court, does Musetti.
Again, 0. Talked
about Tiafoe maybe entering the top 10. If he wins today, Musetti, he will overtake Novak Djokovic in the live rankings up at 6. Of course, Djokovic in action tomorrow. In fact, he'll move up to 5 in the world, will Musetti, in the live rankings with a win today. That will depend on how the Serbian goes tomorrow.
40
He'll take on Sasha Zverev in the night match. Second successive major. Those two have squared off.
Ayana Broomfield is the girlfriend of the American star. She's a former player herself.
Musetti.
Quick conclusion to that game. Almost hit the hour mark here in the first of the men's quarterfinals. Nicely poised.
Reprise.
rocking the new kit this year is Tiafoe. Fans are loving it. You have rave reviews.
Yeah, a few different brands that are beginning to infiltrate the sport, aren't there?
Yep.
Maybe we had a decade or so ago.
Game 0.
Talked about the serve improvements. You look at the insights as well from set 1 to 2. He's got a racket ready to go down. Musetti in set 1, excuse me, Tiafoe in set 1 was only serving at a 7.5. In this set, he's up at a 9 now. Big difference.
30-0. Against.
Just the two people behind. Tartarini may be familiar to those that followed this sport for a while. Used to be part of Team Djokovic.
Yeah. Eduardo and Elena. Aracaldi, business manager of Novak for many years. I think they were together about 15 years, I read. Look at Euro Shop at the stadium, we saw their full house.
40-30.
Good job. Second week of a major. We're down to the Elite 8. Most of the men's quarterfinals.
Le premier service. Tiafoe.
Day and night, the delivery and the quality of it from the early stages of this match.
Tiafoe mène 4 jeux à 2.
Really is helping him out. We talked about how infrequently he's been broken through this tournament. Now, proving just why.
His average first serve speed in the opening set, like 182 kilometers an hour. It's up to 195 in this set. And our tennis insights tell us it's more accurate. It's close to the lines. Thanks to TC, as part of our Tennis Viz team, giving us live info, helping us to convey that message and data to you at home.
Well, the play was a very good one. It just didn't have the finish he needed. Just took too much of a swing at it. Musetti was out of the point.
Musetti.
That thing's done a 180, almost. Combination of spin and
Tiafoe mène
wind
4 jeux à 3.
was lethal. Musetti able to close the gap. Best camera angle of the lot.
There's a bit of trivia regarding this song. It's the very first song that was played on MTV back in the day. Video killed the radio star. Good friend Steph Trudell will be bopping and weaving in the truck right now.
Full house on Chatrier this afternoon. Almost. A few seats free in the presidential box, which is just behind Musetti. What a defensive slice again.
It's tough to volley because
0-15.
the ball is naturally going to go down off your strings when you're trying to volley an incoming slice, and one that was struck that hard even more so. Makes it very uncomfortable.
Not sure what he was thinking there, but it was an open invitation.
0-30.
Bravo, sfrutta il vento e fai saltare la palla, bravo. Portiamola noi.
It's been intelligent tennis in the wind. It's been patient.
Sure, Timo's awake there.
Musetti cannot believe he has missed that return by that much.
Interesting, because that's actually one of the slowest serves he's hit, 127 Ks. And you almost feel like the slower it is, the more likely the wind's to move it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good shot, Nick. Ball just oscillates in the air, doesn't it? Yeah, well watched. Tiafoe's done a much better job defending his second serve in this set than what he did the first. Thanks in part to Lorenzo missing a couple of second serve returns early on in this game. That always helps. pit. I mean,
41.
this is scandalous. Watch where this ball bounces once it goes over the net. On the top of the net, and then on the bottom of it. I don't think I've ever seen that, Nick.
Not sure he has either.
That is a first.
Avantage Tiafoe.
Just real signs from Musetti that there's just a little bit of frustration creeping in. We're still weak.
Go, fall. Come on.
What a great strike on the stretch from the American. And that is a big game to emerge from.
Balle 9. Tiafoe mène 5 jeux à 3.
Kind of in touching distance of squaring this match up.
But he's given Musetti a taste of his own medicine. Musetti's running forward and cross-court.
Oh,
So good.
Violation, unsportsmanlike conduct, warning, Mr. Musetti.
yeah, Musetti just kicked the ball and it hit the linesperson in the chest. The apology was an immediate one. Messy ground there.
Yes, certainly.
Merci.
Not that sort of guy though, is he?
No, it doesn't matter. It's
No.
not about the player, it's about the action, right?
Yeah, lucky there.
So often the reaction
10-0.
of the person that gets hit with the ball can determine the fate of the player, Nick.
Out. 30-0.
It's the kind of incident that when it happens, you realize the severity of it and your heart skips a beat or two because you know you could potentially be defaulted.
What's happened to Novak Djokovic, didn't it, in
40.
New York
That's right.
those years ago?
And when you get a big scare like that, it actually calms you down quickly because you know you could be out of the tournament.
Out. Quarante 15.
Coming at him a bit more frequently right now.
40-30.
Came in over 40 times against Altmaier in the previous round. He won the vast majority of points when he did.
Musetti. Tiafoe même 5 jeux à 4.
So, Tiafoe will try and serve for this second set. Just the one break though in this second set. I mean, midway through it for Frances Tiafoe. Allowed him the opportunity here to bring this match up.
Kenza 0.
He's donated a couple of second serve points to Tiafoe. That's just the help that Frances has needed on occasions. Wasn't afforded that luxury in the opening set.
Philippe prima service.
Musetti's return quality down about 20% in this set from the previous set.
30-0.
Double-edged sword, isn't it? The serve has improved. Led to his return becoming more ineffective.
Against.
Easy passing shots go. Cross court now. The movement there's got to be the other way around for Tiafoe. You've got a fake line cover cross court. He faked cross court covered line. Musetti stepping in for the second serve. Not nearly as comfortable doing it.
40 against.
I think after missing so many, I felt the need to adjust. It didn't help either.
Yeah, it's been a bit disrupted, isn't he? Well, what the Americans brought to the table.
Messi. Let. Prima service.
Finished in some style.
Tiafoe.
Got the bit between his teeth, undoubtedly, right now.
Dimanche partout.
A much stronger set played by Francis Tiafoe, and a set that he seals to bring this match level terms. Today where nations are definitely playing their part. Recover for once to defend with the quality he needed to there.
Horrible opening set from the American. He is very much involved in this contest now. Thanks to better serving numbers. Raise the platform, doesn't it? Musetti will be kicking himself, and he wasn't making any inroads against the Tiafoe second serve. Couldn't defend his second serve particularly well either, so a bit of a role reversal from the opening stanza.
These two played on the clay in Rome 2 years ago. It was a match that was very keenly contested that day as well. Musetti coming through in 3 sets. Of course, that was a match that actually was postponed, held up due to the rain. This time the only water on this court is being produced by the hose. Dry and windy day.
Reprise. Troisième manche, en service, Musetti.
Sumptuous volley.
15-0.
Yeah, this is the kind of start you want. Help erase the memories of the second set. Start with quality in the third. Well, each player has played a set, Nick, where
15-1.
they've played well and they've played poorly. I think what we want to see in this third is both playing well at the same time. Get the feeling this set is going to be so pivotal in the outcome of a match.
So aggressive off that return. If you can get the bounce a little more aggressively, make him tougher for him to the top of it. Top of it, should I say. As good as his backhand is.
Quality opening game. That'll give him a pep
Troisième
and a
manche.
step. He's going to need it, and he needs to focus. And the one thing he has to do is probably some more meaningful returns and inroads on the Tiafoe serve, because Tiafoe's serve was very good in set number 2. Have a look at the serve quality. A very healthy 8.7. And Lorenzo way down at 6.9. And of course, when you serve well, that also allowed Francis to attack much more efficiently, and the in-attack numbers were up 2. See, when that serve hits the line, there's no chance that you're going to catch up to it.
Yeah, in the early part of his career, he was a relatively conservative server, wasn't he? But when Ferreira came on board, and I think one of the things that Wayne certainly instilled in him was the sort of directive to go after your serve a bit more, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Good partnership they had. They did it a couple of years ago. Run its course.
Zero. Tiafoe.
Okay. 2 good holds.
Un jeu partout.
And what are you thinking on the balance of those opening 2 sets? Who would you put your hard-earned cash on to win this 3rd set, Nick? 20 years of tennis commentating experience.
Putting me on the line here.
Who do you think nicks this 3rd?
Just lean with Musetti, I think, still at the moment. It's been just a slightly larger base level. Feeling, but by a whole lot. Won a lot of matches over the last few weeks, hasn't he?
He really has. Only player to make the semi-finals or better at all 3 of the clay court Masters 1000s this season.
No mean feat, that either. Especially given the fact they're 12 days each, 2 of the 3 are. It's a lot of time to be locked in.
Of course, if we were to make semi-finals here, there's not many players who made the semi-finals or better at the 4 biggest clay court tournaments. Nadal's done it on a number of occasions, no surprises there. Novak did it way back in 2008. Murray 2016, and Zverev did it in 2022.
Yeah, Sasha got injured here. It was, wasn't it?
It was. Don't mind that play.
35.
I don't mind because it creates instant pressure.
35. Mais plus. Quarante et 30.
Very endearing about the Italian language, isn't there? The way he delivers it.
Yeah, too true.
What a good second delivery that was. Really can move the ball around the box off the second. Gives him
Musetti
options.
mène 2-1.
It's given him a 2-1 lead in this third set. Sixth meeting between these two players. Got extra ones as well at challenger level if you count those. They were making their way up. Is that good? Just a drop in time, I think it did.
15-0.
There are a lot of people around him, isn't he, Francis? Big group. Popular guy. Definitely making Musetti think, isn't he? Again, that change in return position, something we haven't seen all tournament, really. That's to do with the wind as well. This end. Behind Francis, we believe. Feels that way.
But in the front row, just headering the ball back into play there.
Pretty good week, isn't it, in this city? You're a football fan.
Jeu Tiafoe. 2 jeux partout.
Plenty of celebrations in the city after PSG won the Champions League final. Of course, the trophy was showcased here yesterday. Osman Dembele, who actually was present at the official draw ceremony for the tournament. Good, it's very good. Good start to the game.
0-15.
This is what he's been doing so well all week. Got plenty of attacking options.
Yeah, he's won about 60% of his points at the net this week. Oh, he's got it. And has this man let him off the hook there?
For a second, I thought Tiafoe had hit this one deep enough, but man, the hands of Lorenzo. That is filthy feel.
There you just see an example for me of the difference in the movement when they're a bit deeper in the court. Tiafoe, when he moved out to his left, they just couldn't quite get his footing, and then he had to come back. Musetti, obviously the slightly more natural mover on this surface of the two. Nadal said something fascinating, didn't he, in his interview with Roddick a few weeks ago. He said, I felt like I was the only player that could slide off both legs on clay, and it was such a skill for me to have.
I tell you, someone else who was so good at that was Guillermo Coria. You could have the closed stance slide on the forehand. That's the toughest one.
Coria, who played that famous final, that infamous final here with Gaudio.
Had a match point, didn't he? Maybe even two.
As I say, their relationship was something strained after that.
Probably one of the best clay court matches I've ever seen was that Rome final. The fifth set tiebreak between Nadal and Coria. I mean, the level for 5 sets was just jaw-dropping.
Avantage Musetti.
It's a perfect example of what Nick was talking about. Musetti's ability just to move that second serve around the box. He's got caught twice going to Francis's backhand. So what does he do now? He mixes it up. Francis wasn't ready for the forehand.
Was it just dropped? Tiafoe's looking for a mark. The one he sees will not be the most palatable either for him. It was a significant hold under pressure. Musetti hangs on to his own.
Musetti mène 3 jeux à 2.
We set a couple of off chances in that game for Tiafoe. Quick look at his winner's profile. Forehand dominating the numbers there.
Reprise.
Well, this event on both the men's and the ladies' side was littered with American players. There were 34 US players in the draw at the start of the week. That's the most here at Roland-Garros since 1995. So proof that, particularly on the ladies' side, they've got a good group.
Tiafoe just asked Timo if Musetti actually got his racket underneath the ball or not there. That came pretty close to creeping over again.
15-0.
Importante giocarle tutti, Lore. Ale, forza. Forza, si vincono e si perdono, ma si giocano, forza.
His ability to hold that backhand and then just guide it down the line, quite often back behind his opponent. So impressive.
Crushed it. Oh, boy, did he get control of that rally.
30 seconds.
The cathedral that is Philippe Chatrier. What a court. There's a lot at stake in the next couple of days here.
Oh my goodness! Where has Musetti come from to put this one back into play?
You can never think you're done. Not when Lorenzo's around. Perhaps that was going out. But you just never know, right? You get the ball back over the net one more time.
Messi.
Perseverance pays off.
What a hustle.
40-30.
There's Franklin, twin brother.
Tiafoe.
Excellent hold.
3 jeux partout.
We're at the stage in the set where things are starting to get a lot more interesting now. And Nick, I've just put a little list together of all the common phrases that we hear coaches and players saying. And of course, we've heard a lot of forza on the box of Musetti. We know what that means, right? Come on. I'm going to test your knowledge now. I'm going to give you the word. You tell me the country that it comes from, okay?
Ready.
Idemo.
Serbia.
Davai.
0-15.
Russia.
Correct. Vamos is the easy one. Here's another forza. What do they say in France, Nick?
Allez.
Yes.
Spread of the court that was.
It's a big point.
Kansas.
Francis could have stolen this one. It would have been a very healthy love 30 lead. Lorenzo was having none of it. Awesome athleticism in that final forehand. Great ground reaction force.
Forehand's got a bit more sting to it, isn't it, at the minute? Feels like from Musetti.
Questo atteggiamento, forza, forza. Sempre attivarsi
So
però,
what
forza.
country would the player say podge? Podge.
Check.
Yes. This guy's on it.
Good service.
It was a bird. That was a pigeon.
Musetti.
Once again, changing it up.
Changement balle ramasseur, s'il vous plaît.
It's Musetti.
Balle 9.
There's
Musetti
a
mène
slender
4
lead.
jeux à 3.
On serve, we stay as we hit the sharp end of this third set.
Unfortunately, that point didn't end up costing Tiafoe. See how the court side there is just electrifying to see these athletes up close. They're able to do their skill sets, their athleticism.
Reprise.
Great sport to watch live.
First of two Americans in action today. Francis has got the wrong frame out of his bag. Tommy Paul, of course, will meet Carlos Alcaraz under the lights this evening.
Can't see him.
Again, it's that slower second delivery, isn't it? Big range of pace that he offers.
Zero.
Or into the court with the first serve. Come on.
Exactly what Jordi Arnaud asked of him there, didn't he?
40-0.
Lovely finish. Brings us back to parity again.
4 jeux partout.
Let's go.
Can't see him.
Numbers, because if you look through Musetti's, certainly I've looked at these numbers consistently over the last few weeks, and you'd think that he would probably be a little bit more of a guy who looks for the forehand after the serve. It's good stuff, but he's actually not, and I think that's one of the, we talked about his backhand, obviously the ability to hit the slice, but it's one of the benefits. He never overcommits, does he? You think of someone like a Berrettini, who is so serve and forehand dominant, that at times he leaves himself positionally struggling. That's not the case for Musetti. His numbers today, he's 50-50 split as the +1 shot. So he's not having to overcommit, is he, to use the forehand, because he's happy keeping the ball in play with the backhand.
Mm-hmm.
Evenly balanced, isn't he? On the back. Too much on that one. He's eating into the lead again. He's given himself just a bit too much to do. He's missed another.
It's just a bit like a turn he hit at 40 love, and he just cranked it once over quickly. It's a dangerous score, 40 love. I often see players just relax, and give away 1 point, and then next thing you know, this is where you are. Can never think a game is done.
Again, that same serve. It's just a more complicated swing on the forehand, isn't it? Tiafoe has.
Musetti.
Inroads were made, but he couldn't find a way to get himself a break. We've had 9 holds in a row in this third set. Who will blink first?
It's been a nice contrast of styles to admire. Very long, languid, fluid strokes of this guy. Short, compact strokes of Tiafoe.
So pressure now on the American, 27-year-old, serving to stay in this third set.
Not up. 15-0.
Much lower, quicker drop shot there. He's gone back to his default second serve return position there. Really deep, hunting the forehand.
Bravo, gran risposta, bravo.
Count against.
Musetti wasn't missing those in his previous 4 rounds.
Missing it high distance as well, concerningly. Goes down, and he will confirm the ball has missed. So 3 errors in a row from Musetti, not making the American work hard enough right now.
And just confirmation of forehand
Tiafoe.
not being as on point today
5 jeux partout.
as the previous round for Musetti. It's been an 8.7 coming into this match. He's down to an 8.1 on the forehand today. Of course, conditions a little tougher. It's breezy, it's livelier. Easier for your opponent to force an error on you with these lively conditions.
15-0.
166 kilometers an hour that first serve, but adorned with some heavy kick spin.
Kansas. Please. Not up.
What an attacking play that was again. Tiafoe, what you didn't see there was just take the ball and just knock it up to the umpire here.
As if to say, Thanks for calling the not up, Timo.
Yes, exactly.
There's been a couple of close ones. I love the way he's taken all the pace out of that final shot. There's been no panic.
30.
He's halfway up the court, can't hit it as hard. It's all about placement.
That is so good. The depth he got off the drop shot was impeccable.
40-30.
The athleticism in order to execute that smash is top tier.
Musetti.
3 unbelievable points in a row there from Lorenzo when he was down 15-30.
Musetti mène 6
Could
à 5.
be a set decider.
He's had to work a little harder for his holds. Yeah, in fact, look at the points played on serve in this set. What have we got, Rob? 38 points played from Musetti on serve compared to just 24 for Francis, was one fewer game.
Reprise.
On the doorstep of a tie-break here in this third set, who can
Merci.
win their best tennis when it really matters here. Just a bit tougher to break that spin, isn't it, Rob? When that ball is moving away from you, it's obviously got a bit of work on it. Trying to go line from there. Not that he can't do it, it's just a little bit more difficult.
And riskier.
Yeah.
Careless errors. It's such an important stage. It's the difference between the two, right? At 15-30 in the previous game on Musetti's serve, he's played 3 incredible points to hold serve. And no early errors here. It's 5 points on the bounce.
Filet, premier service.
Didn't elect or do an American a favour there.
Quinze 30.
Toss up, Phil.
You mentioned a David Whitney, low key on the side of the court.
Merci.
Last 7 points.
Quinze 40.
Musetti has just been solid. Impressive in the first 3 that he won. And just solid in the next 3.
Yeah, messages are pretty clear there from the corner. Can he execute for them? He's made it. Tiafoe's level has dropped at a crucial stage in this third set. And it's allowed Lorenzo Musetti to capitalise. The Italian, 1 set away from the last 4 here in Paris.
Well, you talk about making a push. That's exactly what Lorenzo did from 15-30 down in his previous service game. He wins 7 of the last 8 points. And it's that signature backhand down the line that delivers the killer blow. Immaculate length. See the grip change as he took off, the balance with the racket, grip change even further. He's going with the toppy rather than the slice. And then magnificently manufactured. Just perfect. Quickly with the numbers. It's a tight set of tennis. First serve points, 1 for Francis, were outstanding. I don't think he made it in the first serve. However, in that last service game when he got broken, right, it cost him dearly. Get a look at a break point, did the American. And it's Musetti who's made a push at precisely the right moment to steal the set. Just to give you an idea of how close the set was, Musetti won 34 points, Tiafoe 33.
taken some very good opposition to the Lorenzo Musetti this spring. Final in Monte Carlo, Carlos Alcaraz beat him. Of course, he picked up an injury midway through the second set there, so that third set was a bit of a non-event. Jack Draper was red hot in Madrid, wasn't he? Serving so impressively that week. He beat Musetti in the semis there, and Alcaraz beat, of course, in Rome. They're the only 3 players to have beaten Musetti this spring on the red clay. Just looking actually at Tiafoe's record from 2 sets to 1 down in his career. He's 5-18 is his win-loss record from 2 set to 1 deficit. On clay, he's 1-6. The only time he came back from this position on this surface. Was here last year in a match against Matteo Bellucci. If you listen to the podcast he did very recently, of course, he talked about that match, didn't he? How he'd never heard of the Italian before prior to it. Believe how good he was. Talked about the depth, didn't he, in the men's game. Lovely chat that he had.
Grand time.
Allez, Lore, Lore.
Apologies for colourful language.
Outstanding from Lorenzo Musetti once again. What a wide-ranging skill set he possesses.
Such good imagination. He's just got the extra step in there, hasn't he? He's almost hit that behind him. So held that racket so softly in order to cock his wrist, tilt the racket head. And his only concern there is getting the ball over the net, because he knows if he gets that right, he wins the point. So therefore, the position of the racket in his hand is the most important thing.
Zero cans.
feel he's taking his time here deliberately because this is a rather perilous period in this match for him. Lost a bit of control.
I want to see that body language from Francis.
0-1-30.
If you're part of his camp, it's not every day you get to the quarterfinal of a major and you want to, for 3 or 4 hours, give your opponent nothing. Body language you can control. Yes, it's going to be frustrating playing Musetti. You get so many balls back in play.
Le premier service. Zéro 40.
On a slippery slope here. And he needs to get a grip pretty quickly. Close to tracking that down.
15-40. Musetti.
I think he's won that point twice. He's just circled the mark.
Musetti mène
Tiafoe's
2-0.
ball, but at the end of the day here, he's got a break already in the fourth, and it's getting rather ominous, isn't it?
He's had a nice run of points, hasn't he, Nick? He rounded out that third set, winning 7 of the last 8 points. That one did look wide, even on our replay.
Merci. Tiafoe.
It's Musetti who's giving his foes
30.
fits on the clay this season, and it's another point where you just can't find a way through him or around him. Tough as a $2 stake is the Italian.
40-0.
Yeah, he's impregnable, isn't he, at times on this surface?
I make that, Nick, 18 of the last 22 points that he's won.
Musetti.
And he knows that he's got 1 foot here in the semi-finals. It's 3-love in the 4th.
Drink like this. Yeah, one more drink like this.
Reprise.
So from the tail end of that 3rd set, Musetti has now won 19 of the last 23 points to wrestle this match away from Tiafoe.
Desperately needs to stem the flow right now.
Stop.
For me, it's just touching, yeah? Just touching, it's close. I know, this is the mark, but if I complete it here, you see, it's a little bit bigger than this. This is, the impact is a little bit bigger, okay?
Zero.
Been disappointed with the way Tiafoe's level has dropped so drastically here, or?
A tennis architect in the Michelangelo mold, without a doubt. Another work of art from Musetti. What an athlete. What a skill merchant.
Oh, he's caught the line. Extraordinary.
His movement quality has been right up there, Nick. Another line-licking forehand. That movement up to a 9.5. Oh, he couldn't resist it, could he? He loves that shot.
40-30. Jeu Tiafoe. Changement balle ramasseur, s'il vous plaît. Balle 9. Musetti mène 3 jeux 1.
Now.
Tiafoe just asking if it's time for the new balls. These Wilson balls do actually tend to hold. They don't soften up a whole lot, they do stay quite hard. The feature of them. Durable.
Kenze 0.
Important hold in the last game for the American just to stop the rot.
Trente 0.
Is this a little bit of, apologies for the language again. Is he running out of ideas here? Is Musetti just frustrating him?
Yeah, absolutely. We can see it, eh, Nick?
Doesn't look like a way back right now, does there? Master stroke. His pedigree on this surface is rising by the day. He's having some spring, Lorenzo Musetti. He's 2 games away from the last 4.
Good as that. When you're playing well, see ball, hit ball. Decision making comes easy. You don't overthink the situation. Just trust the stroke.
Reprise.
Seen a couple of strokes of genius from Musetti today.
Ten 0.
Sorry, Robbie.
I was going to say both players have used the drop shot very well today for the most part. It's a 5th drop shot winner for the American.
Just looking at how tight Musetti has kept it in these 5 games of this set. He's hit 2 unforced errors. Lorenzo.
15.
5 and a bit games now. And I suspect that the back end of the 4th as well, there weren't many either, were there?
Just one. The last 8 points. Just the one.
30-15.
Lost patience as well. Just discipline there.
40-30.
Maybe lost hope as well.
Jeu, Tiafoe.
Well, at least half the deficit in this set.
Musetti mène 4-2.
I say where there's a will, there's a way. France has got that will right now to try and stick it in here. It's going to need to dig about as deep as it's ever done, you feel.
Serve has been good in this set, hasn't it?
This mark here. There's this mark here. Yeah, but it's touching here. It's touching here. This is the mark.
Oh, I know. But long line.
Yes. This is on the line.
I know, but the
yes.
long line though.
But it's touching the end of this line here.
Well, it's
Let me explain. Let me explain. The line continues here.
It's not touching that point. That's
No, here. It's touching here.
That's the fucking.
No fucking. But
you know what I mean, though. That's
but the line is continuing here, and it's in. It's in. The ball is in. It's touching the other line.
Apologies for the language, the American. It's just a take-off lesson at that point, isn't it? Kick her out wide, forward into the corner. American just scrambling for his life. Stay alive in the point. And lost 2 points on serve this set. Musetti made 14 of 17 first serves as well. Squeezing the life out of his opponent here.
Musetti.
And the semi-finals are very much in sight for Lorenzo Musetti. It's a familiar place for him to be this spring. He's on the cusp of victory. Look at the movement quality, Robin.
Yeah, we're hard, man. We just the previous game, 9.5. I mean, Tiafoe's been good in that department. They're both the draw average, but Lorenzo. It's just something else. Such a natural mover. Dexterity he's got in his wrist there. Once again, that's another shot. He's almost hit it behind him. Look at the contact is here. How he's managed to get around the side of the ball there is quite extraordinary. Such a loose wrist.
So can Francis Tiafoe hang on here, serving at 2-5 to stay in it?
Zero cans.
Well, there's no doubt Musetti playing at his zenith this clay court season.
It's a peak, not too many have been out of match, isn't it?
0-30.
Of course, testimony to that, breaking into the top 10, career high ranking. He's been teasing and tantalizing his opponents.
Tiafoe has suffered and has faded away as a consequence.
Merci.
One of the very few defensive lobs he hasn't got tight to the baseline.
Jansen's down again. And Tiafoe didn't go to look at the mark.
Bro, how is that touching?
It's touching the line.
How is that touching, bro?
Replay the ball.
How is that
touching the line? It's close to touching. I told you already. I told you. It's just touching the edge of the line.
Replay the point. 15-40.
Do over here.
Merci.
Tiafoe feeling aggrieved.
Et 40. septième match. Musetti.
Lorenzo Musetti becomes just the 5th Italian in the Open era to make the last 4 at Roland-Garros. There was a big turning point at the end of the 3rd. Tiafoe had nothing left in the 4th. Musetti too strong. He continues to blossom in the spring. It's been impressive to watch. He comes through in 4.
He has been strong. He has been so tough this clay court season, and that means he has made the semi-finals or better than all the big clay court events. 3 Masters 1000s plus here at Roland-Garros. So it's the good French Open for Francis. He'll be disappointed. Have too much clay court form coming into the French, so a quarter-final result is a very good one. And I think that'll put him in a good frame of mind for the next couple of months where he plays on his beloved grass and hard courts.
Yeah, close to the top 10 again, isn't he, as well, after this week. Moving on up. Moving over to the microphone, meanwhile, is the winner, who is with Alizé Cornet.
Lorenzo, congratulations. You just qualified for your first semi-final here in Roland-Garros. Do you feel that the way you handled this very tight 3rd set was decisive in this match?
Yeah, definitely. Francis, I think he didn't start as he wanted, but today was really complicated, you know, to play well. It was so windy and was really, you know, difficult to manage to hit properly the ball. So, especially the 3rd set was really a fight and was not easy, you know, to make a break. And yes, still now there's a lot of wind. But yeah, even if I was a little bit tired and you know, was really tough for me to stay there, but I found it, you know, the extra energy to, you know, to win this set, and definitely the last set was probably the best set of this match.
You had the best results of your career over the last 12 months. What changed for you since last year for you to start to use your full potential?
I guess it's a kind of a process of you know, growing, not just inside the court, but especially off the court. Last year I became a father. I thank you. And I think that gave me an extra, you know, responsibility, and I think now I approach things in a more professional way, not just on the court, on the match, but in the, you know, the daily routine. That's really important for me to be in order. Also when I practice, especially even in my free time, I enjoy so much my time with my family. They are even if they are not here, they are always with me inside my heart. So I think this win is for them.
Lorenzo, you are a very elegant player to watch. Is it something that you worked on, something that is important for you, or did it just come naturally?
I mean, we are Italian, we are elegant. No, jokes apart, I think, yeah, I have like a little bit of retro style, you know. there's not so many players who now unfortunately plays one-handed backhand. Modern days it's really tough, especially on the return side. This guy serves, everyone is serving really, really well, so it's not easy to manage, to defend with the one-handed backhand. But when I first, got my tennis racket, for me it was natural, to play one-handed backhand, and my coach never touched that shot, and that was probably the key of my success, I would say.
Well, we love watching you play, so good luck for the next round. Mesdames et messieurs, Lorenzo Musetti, qualifié pour les demi-finales.
Yes, elegant he certainly is, but tough as well, Robbie, with it.
Yeah, there's a steely resolve there, and I remember in one of his previous post-match interviews, he also said that he's matured, he's grown up, and he stopped whining so much on the court. He's improved his body language and just taking responsibility for what happens out there. It's a major mental shift, right? You stop blaming external forces or everything else. You just take a long, hard look in the mirror. And I think that is the best way to improve. And he was really tested, especially at the tail end of that third set. 5-all, he was down
nouvelle fois Lorenzo Musetti.
15-30 on his serve. And then came the tipping point in this match. He won 7 of the last 8 points in that set. He won 12 of the next 15 to start the fourth. And right there, it was turn out the lights. The party was over for Tiafoe. That's when he wrestled control from the American. And there was only going to be one winner, Nick.
Yeah, did it at Wimbledon last summer, reaching the last 4 of a major for the first time. He's done so again here in Paris, carrying the form forward that we saw from him over the last 6 weeks.